Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Maryland campaign event. The first map is Farmland on Conquest. You're getting an overview of that right now, followed up by our second map, which is the Dunker Church, going back to lovely Skirmish. With that being said, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get live streams of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. With that being said, let's get to our teams today. On the Confederate side, you got 12th Virginia, 13th Georgia, Sussy Brigade, Army of Northern Virginia, and I Corps. Whereas on the Union side, you got Corn Brigade, Iron Brigade, Pennsylvania Army, 10th United States, Mississippi Brigade, 5th New Hampshire, Jackson's Division, and the 5th VA. Looking at our numbers here, it's about a 280 server right now, 15-man in balance in favor of Union. Both sides have about 8 guys on artillery, so infantry-wise, Union definitely has that advantage today. In terms of our frontline reporters, our CSA one, we got Denman from the 5th North Carolina, and we got Dees from the Jackson's Division showing us their view on the field. Very appreciated. And then co-commentating with me today, we got Archer. Archer, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Archer, 2nd Corps, 6th Louisiana, represent.
We're very, very glad you're here. So, Conquest, if you don't know, there's 3 points of contention on the map. You got one at the Dunker Church, one at the Hagerstown Turnpike, and the one in the Miller's Cornfield. Tickets deal normally in this game when you kill someone. However, if you have more capture points captured, you will start dealing a ticket drain on your opponent. Archer, do you have any opinion on strategy for Conquest?
I mean, I think already what we're seeing play out is a very typical thing where you send the bulk of your force to the middle point. In this case, it's the B point on farmland. And you send a small group and one flag to take the outlier points, the one closer to your spawn. So CSA just took A, USA about to take C, and then the fighting should concentrate around B for at least the first start of the match. We'll see how aggressive they both are, but it's pretty typical so far.
Yeah, it looks like CSA is getting to that B point first, which this B point is a heck of a point to take. It's just a wide open field. All CSA has to do is really just sit back and kind of envelop around the point. Whenever Union tries to go in, they got to shoot. Union's got to charge CSA out before they try taking it, in my opinion.
Yep, I think USA does have the numbers at the moment. The CSA group coming from A is going to get there in probably just the nick of time if Union goes now. But it seems that Union is a bit too spread out. They have a bit too much either closer to their arty or over at the C point. And I guess they don't feel like they have the manpower to really get in there and take it, and that's going to cost them at least at the beginning. But I'm sure they're likely to just play this a little slower. Maybe they have a big group on the corn side going to harass the CSA arty, probably just kill them outright. Probably working to maybe envelop the guys at B, but I don't know. We'll see what goes on.
And remember, they don't have a Steam chat, so it's going to be a heck of a thing to try to coordinate anything. Kind of speaking at that cornfield, you do see 3 CSA dudes from the 5th North Carolina. They're out there waiting to decap C. Union hasn't sent anybody over to A, so CSA is playing the smart. It looks like that point from A, or the group from A, is going to slam to the Union right side, 12th VA in front.
Yep, that's going to be really bloody, and I think CSA, if they commit to this, they could, in theory, just wipe the whole USA team here at B. You got some guys just spread out to the road. CSA is very concentrated, and we'll see if they can actually press the advantage here. But it's really tough to see in the forest to see exactly what you're fighting up there. So it looks like CSA is being a bit more cautious instead of just going full in like they probably should be doing. But once again, they can't see all the numbers that they have over them.
Yeah, there's a lot of... The biggest thing in the forest is that shade. It just hides everything, but exactly to your point. You do have some Union on the B point, decapping. PA's kind of going for it right now. Who's stopping it? 5th NC's in the middle there stopping.
Melee mode.
Yeah, you've got kind of equal forces trying to go out and meet their same sizes. It's... USA might get it decapped at this rate unless A and B over there does something. They're probably the closest to get the best shots. I mean, they do have some really good shots right now, but USA's going to get it down anyway, and they're just surrounding the point with bodies.
I'm kind of surprised they got it down. I guess there's a lot less CSA shooting at it than what I thought.
Maybe so, yeah.
So those 3 CSA guys have decapped the C point, middle point's decapped. CSA has 1 flag pull up right now, and you can kind of see that in the ticket amount. Union's losing tickets slowly.
I guess the really bad thing is, so, you know, C gets decapped, those 3 guys just go away. Well, now USA has to decide, all right, well, do we send a flag back to just do that? A flag and like 2 people? Because sending a whole company back there, you're going to lose so much manpower at B that it's just not worth it.
Yeah. It's kind of fascinating because USA has that imbalanced lead, but when you look at B, it doesn't really feel like it. Granted, Corn Brigade's kind of sitting back at CSA Artillery. Shooting into the CSA side. It looks like 10th US pushed really far forward, and they're charging A and V right now, actually.
And also, if you look towards the A point, looks like LaBelle and some other guys from 10th US are making their way to A, and there's nothing to stop them. So they should be able to take down the A, and will basically be at 0 flags up for everybody to kind of go here.
I don't think I've ever seen 0 flags up in the middle of a conquest match before.
No, it should be interesting, but basically it's kind of who blinks first, because the first team that's gonna pull off and go for their home point probably gonna lose the middle point, and yeah, it just.
The CSA Artillery guys still.
They're getting absolutely killed by whoever's sitting on the CSR, like CB. Womp womp in the 8th Ohio.
Yeah, let's just spawn in and lose our team tickets.
Mm-hmm.
But 12th VA charged Union in the wood side.
Yep.
And 30th is getting beaten back by 12th.
The points go into CSA as well.
And there's already almost a half morale stage difference right now. Those guys are at A. And it looks like they're just about to decap.
I don't think the USA center realizes that their right is hanging in the air. It's like PA and 5th VA. They haven't really turned to face it yet. Granted, they do have a little bit of defilade on their right, so it's kind of tough to see. But they're pretty focused on just shooting a B point right now.
Indeed, they are. Union do cap C. 5th New Hampshire's back here. Some 8th Ohio guys are back here. Where's the flag? Oh, the flags aren't loading in on my
One of the
screen.
invisible ones,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that.
It happens.
It's going to start happening, too, where people spawn in and they don't have heads.
And it also looks like Union may have learned their lesson. They're going to leave somebody at the C point. Leave a few too many, if you ask me, to deal with only 3 guys, but once again, they don't know.
Right.
So they're being cautious, and that's perfectly fine.
Be a crazy update if officers could have like a map that shows little flags where everyone is. That would be so dumb.
You just like press M, you pull up your map screen. That'd be very advantageous, I will say, but I don't see it in this game. Oh gosh, you got JD doing something not so great. They're trying to push into the forest on their. Oh, that man has no head, does he?
Yeah.
All those people.
This
have
is what
no
I
head.
was saying. It happens. I don't know why.
Where's our flag? Flag here?
Hold this line, lads. We're gonna bring a flag up.
CSA is pushing down the wood line.
Yep.
JD's
JD's
not.
about to get crushed.
Come on, let's go.
D's
And the flag's still staying there too, for some reason.
Flags always have. I don't know, a lot of the times I see flags way too late, and then they just die, and it's. Crunch really wants he doesn't make it though. 12th VA is really flanking the Union team. CSA has returned a lot of guys to that A point. Union, the rest of those guys that capped A, they're just camping back into the woods. Who'd they send? A and V went back. I-Corps back here as well. I see some I-Corps tags.
Yeah, one bit of an overreaction from them.
Very much is.
Sent a lot of guys. Yep.
And I wonder if they just don't communicate that. Well, obviously, it wasn't communicated, or maybe it was.
Right.
Which that's a little confusing, but.
I mean, their CSA is still pretty confident in their ticket lead, I imagine. They have a ton of forces still on the middle point, and they just wiped out JD, save for their flag. They've got them surrounded. I mean, it's ultimately not going to probably matter in the grand scheme of things, but if that A and B force is still there, maybe they kill these guys at B outright and just have it back right now.
12th VA is kind of pushed out from the wood line. I find that interesting because they could be hit on the flank. And you can kind of
And
see
they're going for the point now. Gonna get it down.
they will do that. I wonder where they're going to retreat after decapping. Do they have a flag? I assume they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. More CSA rushing up to the point. Union kind of retaking the woods that they lost. JD's back there. You got 30th moving there as well. JD's moving to the point.
Coming, charging B, back in the back of them. In the back of them.
Looks like they're stopping short. They're seeing that massive CSA. Now, USA does have a good opportunity over here if CB can realize it. Archangel and 30th. They can get around. They're going to fishbowl the whole CSA line here. A and B still out of reach to help. But if they get around them, they're going to get them in a massive crossfire here. But they're moving a little slow on it.
What is it? It looks like they're just going to sit and shoot, though, on that snake fence.
Yeah. And they do have good shots in there. Yeah, actually. If you get in there, you can really see. They have great shots, great view of the B point.
Yep.
And they're all in shade. So they're tough, really tough to see.
So...
And the Rambo battle at sea still commences.
This
the
is...
5th and C guys are still not dead. They've just kind of been prodding it. I've been keeping my eye on them. It's Huncho, Dorn, Shaw. Yeah, so I look over here and see shooting every once in a while, and then they just run away. So it looks like these guys can't quite hunt them down.
That's really funny. Oh, charging in the wood. And where 30th is. Is that,
there goes again.
Is that 12? It's 5th Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, you got him in the side. I got at least 15 men rotting northwest.
Careful the Rambos.
Good job, Frank.
30th wisely getting out of there.
Good job.
12th VA merging up with Sussy there. And CSA's up one flagpole right now. They got A, B. Union has C.
Oh, keep pushing, keep pushing.
What's up, gay boy? Good job, good job. No, don't kill short.
It's like 5th VA's making a play for B. Stopping short. Never mind. USA might be able to get that flag down. There's not a ton contesting it.
Right.
You got I-Core, AB up there. They've got good shots, but
It's not a lot.
they might just have enough numbers to not care.
10th US for the Union team is going to A, right as those other Rambos from 10th. They're like collapsing on the A point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they have a flag?
I don't think so.
I don't see one.
No, they're in the 8th Ohio units, wherever the 8th Ohio unit is. I think they're over by the artillery. That's probably where their flag's at. Yes. But they keep spawning on that flag, and it gets them really close to the A point, and they just go over there in mass, kill whatever's in their way, and take it down.
Right. So Union's
Good idea.
on B, decapping, part of Corn Brigade's moving up to assist the Union at B. Meanwhile, the whole CSA team is taking over the woods. They kind of charged that out a moment ago and pushed the 30th out. And I really wonder if they're going to turn to the point or go for the Union artillery. I was a little surprised 12th VA didn't go for the artillery, but going for the point made perfect sense as well. So, no bad decisions. A and B are decapped. Union's up one flag.
And I think they are going to go point. Maybe?
Well,
Like Doug's headed that way, but
Doug just had some good shots, too.
yeah, he did good.
More Union moving on the point. They are capping. At least trying to. Some CSA going for the Union artillery, at least heading that direction. I see A and V and parts of Sussy. What the heck? Some Union charging CSA. I-Core and B is. They're getting close, rather. That's one thing I like about Conquest and Contention. There's always something going on somewhere. The maps are so big.
Yep, exactly.
MB gets wiped. And here's the thing, Union kind of sent, I mean, Union's like half-heartedly going for the B point, and so those guys get shot up, and there's barely any of that survive, and then the CSA can just pour in like this and retake the point easily.
Now we'll see. I think at 12 VA and like these guys grouped on the B point, if they push in, they can wipe this whole unit in front of them. They definitely have the numbers, but it seems they're really focused on trying to get the B point back.
Right.
Where I really think they should take the aggression here. There's no USA help around them, and they vastly outnumber them.
I agree entirely. You also got
And then they're getting more reinforcements.
half.
Oh, 10th US with a nice charge on I-Corps on the other side.
Oh, they hit him from behind.
Hitting him in the back.
CSA down to engage. That ticket gap kind of cleaned up. Going to Union artillery. CSA kind of charged Union artillery out. They're charging through as Union spawns from Maine are charging through their back now.
And what they'll likely do, they're probably just going to ride this all the way into C. And if the Union follows them, so be it. But that gets them out of the fight at B, which is kind of probably what they're looking for.
Yeah, and then decap and take C. And just as you said, Archer, they did charge this Union group. 12th VA is. And they wiped them or shot them down.
That's right, boys. Kill them all, boys. Kill them all.
Jeez. I mean, what's that number? That number balance is down to 8 right now. CSA
Yeah.
still has 10 on artillery, or 5. I was looking on the right. 5 on artillery. Union has 10. So infantry-wise, we're pretty balanced here.
Mm-hmm. Now C is about to fall to CSA pretty easily too.
It's what? It's a 30v3. Union might be able to take that on.
Mm. Now 30th is looking to go in right at the same time. Actually, you have another unit. Maybe that's 8th. Yeah. Yeah, 8th Ohio coming in as well. So all of CB converging on C point. That's good for them. They have the inter-unit comms. So they're probably both saying, hey, we'll hit this from 2 different directions at the same time. Whatever unit's there, we'll wipe them, take C back. Should be a good swing.
Right. My only concern is zooming out is at least 30th is very spread out.
Mm-hmm.
Now
And 8th is going to be a little bit behind. If 30th waited maybe 10 seconds more, they hit him at the same time from different directions, this might have gone better. Not that it's a bad thing right now. We'll see.
Death to the traitors! Kill them all! Die, fucker! Ah!
the flag. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I saw flag bearer and I saw him running straight into the CSA line. I thought it was the Union guy. I was like, what the heck?
Oh, it's still a fight, but 30th is not gonna get out of there, I don't think. Now 8th is gonna come in and clean it up, but that probably could have gone better for him.
Bradley needs to work on the flags. They look a little off.
Yeah, it is on your screen. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Oh gosh.
I'm gonna exit out once I get back in. 8th is now charging in. Exit.
Actually, you know what that reminds me of? You remember the Jesus portrait that the guy did? It's like that guy tried to do the USA
Oh
flag.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep. It's funny too because the CSA flag looks great.
Yeah, that looks fine.
Well, this just more confirms the devs are CSA
Let's took care of
biased.
that. Yep. Yeah, of course. Of course. Meanwhile,
They take the C.
Yep, they took that. Once again, CSA kind of overreacted towards A. I saw a lot of flags. You switched to the flag view. A lot of CSA went back to A. All I-Corps went back there. I think that's even CSA Arty. Is that the CSA Arty officer?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it is.
Looks like most of 10th US got killed, though. They have 4 guys in the woods, so they can still decap. But A and V kind of rushing to or parts of Sussy. I think it was Sussy anyways, that went to that C point. They really distracted a lot of the Union team, and CSA really has the field. Union is moving up to the point. It is JD, Iron Brigade.
Second Georgia on the fence.
Oh,
That 12th BA position, though, that's really good for them in the forest, and they seem to be ignored every time because, you know, it's hidden, it's not on the point itself, but you get really good shots in there at the B point. Like right now, they're probably just dropping a ton of bodies on the point itself while they're busy engaged in the front by Doug and Sussy and all them.
and CSA is charging the B point. Parts of Sussy are against 30th and JD. Flag falling back. D's about to let some shots rip. Gets one. Oh,
Oh, got hit with the double stab.
You're all game.
but they do decap the B point. Yeah, JD holds that well.
Yo,
But here comes
100%
12th VA
guys,
from the
100%
woods.
flag.
Oh,
They're content. Looks like they're content to shoot here. I got him in a good crossfire.
right. And I mean, even if Union does get the flag up, they have so little guys that you can just rush in
Mhm.
right after the fact, and it won't even matter.
Oh, absolutely.
Fucking idiot. Capture the goddamn point, you dumb
They're
bitch.
having issues on the point trying to cap.
They really are.
Lord have mercy.
There, it's going.
Alright, get off the goblin. Run away with that flag. I'll pick this.
But you're right, like, even if they do get it up, they have no numbers there to keep it, so all these guys here, they're just gonna die.
Somebody is not very happy with Goblin on the point because he has the flag and he's not getting off. And if CSA charge in and kill him, that flag's down.
Run the
Take
second
this,
you
man.
can.
We got an enemy coming.
Me too.
You boys ain't gonna make it for 5 more minutes. You boys ain't making it.
There goes I-Core.
Now fall back to
Watch
fence.
left side, watch left side. They're coming in.
Oh,
Left, 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 left.
Ouch. Like, I-Core thinks that 12th VA is the enemy for some reason. They're saying left side, left side. They're coming in.
what was it?
Oh, they do have a force on their east, though. Turn around.
It's a couple guys.
Union Army's coming across the field.
I think it was Ghost of Antietam in a pub match that I watched last week. 2 nights in a row, I watched groups like right next to each other on the same team shoot at each other. It's like, what's going on? CSA smartly going up on the straight fence though, trying to get in at least a defensible position before the Union arrives, and
Yeah, you missed.
looks like they're gonna hold that.
30th could get in that fight from the west side. It'd be a good pinch for the Union, but there's also still looks like 12th VA in the woods, still getting their guys back, so maybe they're being wary.
They are indeed.
Oh, here they go. Or something.
CSA looks like they won on the straight fence line. Archangel's
I
looking.
don't think 30th sees them.
Rip Archangel. He did not see them.
No, they did not.
12th VA seemed kind of off guard by it too, but CSA capturing B. They're up by 1 flagpole right now.
Alright, hold.
Here comes Archangel, trying to redeem himself. Gonna get those pistol shots
He
in.
gets 1, misses. Oh, dies.
And dies.
Alright, it's clear. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Just hold it here, hold it here.
Keep
Do
on
not
fighting.
push.
There's no more.
We'll slowly hit them.
Keep giving them bucking ball, boys.
Much
Jesus.
slow grind, but 30th is not winning that engagement.
No.
Get that
Here
off.
comes,
Natty's back in with the pistol too.
yeah. Now here comes 5th VA and some 6LA guys to the rear, reinforcing. That might give them a little bit of a boost. They might just go in.
Guys.
This encounter is going to drain everybody's tickets, though. I mean,
Exactly.
there's not enough of them, and the flag respawns, at least from Union, are keeping them in the fight, kind of with CSA.
Come and get it, you filthy rebel bastards. Shut up, red shirt, go. I'm coming for you, you bastard. How does that bayonet taste? Die, fucker.
Meanwhile, that was that Huncho again? No, it's A&V. A&V took down the C point for CSA. So USA once again in a bit of a pickle.
Down 2 flags. That tickets, they're going to go down very fast. Do they have a flag? For CSA? Wait,
Doesn't look like it.
dang. Because, I mean, they could capture that and sort of counterattack, which I don't know if it would hold, but that's 3 flagpoles of damage right there. Charging at B. 59NY, 5th New York, or North Carolina.
Keep going. Alright, stop. We get
Someone just sniped that flag.
Yeah, JD might get out with like 5 guys.
shoot that motherfucker.
Goblin from JD goes in all alone, 1v1ing Shork. And loses.
Oh, tried to stab too far.
So sad.
One of the classic blunders. Not that I've ever done that.
No, of course. So let's see. CSA's up about what, a fourth of a morale stage right now. Obviously, that's gonna get bigger and bigger the longer Union takes to not take a point. Like 8th Ohio is spending a lot of time near C, not going in though. It looks like they're just getting ready before going in. A&V's kind of holding out in the corn. Union's still bothering CSA artillery, which
I'm trying to figure out where all the USA numbers are. Okay, so they do have something going to C, so that explains some of it. They just seem so sparse.
right. That is this very weird thing about spectating is even though numbers are even or one side might have more, it sometimes just doesn't feel like it. And it's like, what the heck? Like, CSA has been outnumbered this whole game. Like, they're down by 11 right now. If you consider artillery into the mix, it's about 4 infantry in balance, but still.
I mean, really, when you think about it, CSA's already has been run off their guns like the whole match. There's always been USA guys there.
I don't know if Union spending all those guys on the artillery even now is necessarily worth it. I don't think artillery can get a lot of kills for ticket worth. And it's hard for them to hit accurate too, but when they do, they're more good at knocking people down, suppressing them, rather than getting kills. So.
I mean, right now Provost is lining up a shot with his 12-pounder, USA already. And if he hits it, might be good. I don't know, just the nature of the game now, with the spacing of the lines, everybody forming these big, giant skirmish lines pretty much. And the artillery, you'll kill 6 or 7 guys in line. So, big whoop. They all spawn in less than 30 seconds.
Yep. And that's if it's a good shot, which, from what most of the time, I don't see that. Iron Brigade's going through the woods, so our Corn Brigade's 12th BA just walked right in them.
Die.
12th BA is a little outnumbered in that woods, probably. Yeah, a good amount.
Actually going towards USA spawn. Trying to get away.
Just trying to get away.
Yeah.
Stop where you are. I got a bayonet with your name on it.
You ever had a yank up your ass?
And they get wiped, but USA
Their
cap C.
flag wasn't with them though. That's funny.
Interesting. It's not down because there would be a. Oh, it's held back.
Yeah, no, it's back behind him. I zoomed in on him, and one guy asked another. He said, "Did they win?"
So CSA's up 1 flag bowl, half morale stage difference right now. I actually kind of wonder, right? So to that point on artillery a moment ago, I was kind of thinking about this when I was watching Grand Campaign earlier today, but artillery kills a couple guys per shot, let's say, right? Those guys respawn back in very quickly. I wonder if it's better for artillery to do volleys than to do like independent fire.
So basically, like staggering out the shots, making sure that
Like,
the guys you hit will actually stay dead, or even if they respawn back in, you fire another shot. We'll say 20 seconds later. Even if he kills the same guys, that means there's people not shooting.
right. But like staggering out your shots so that they're like 5-10 seconds apart or all shooting at the same time, so a wave of guys die at the same time. Because most of the time, I see artillery just take a shot. Like, they go as quick as they can, and so they shoot when they're ready, not necessarily focused on what everyone else is doing.
I mean, just like in the same vein, imagine if you coordinated an infantry charge with an artillery strike.
Something I never see.
Such a novel concept. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Actually, I take that back. I've seen it one time. I've seen it on River Crossing.
You would think after the how many years this game has been out, we would have seen it. No.
And I don't know. I guess part of it probably just boils down to a whole unit isn't going to man every single battery. I mean, I guess you could in theory, but usually guys don't want to give up their, we'll call it sovereignty in this case.
Right.
We're saying like, hey, I need you to time up with my guy who's timing it up with me. And sometimes that's just too much of an ask. It's I don't know about that.
All right. So if your regiment's below 10 guys, Archer doesn't like you. You heard it here first. But no, yeah.
I don't like you if you don't cooperate.
Yeah. But no, that's very true. I mean, you have what, sometimes 3-4 groups on artillery when there's only what, like 5-6 guns on most maps. It's very hard to coordinate. So looks like CSA has taken their guns back. They finally charged it back out, but Union moving from C, going back to the artillery. We're about to have a huge engagement in the woods, though.
Yeah,
30th is
be big in
spearheading.
the woods.
12th VA is going around for a flank.
Yeah, they need to get in there. Need to turn it now.
Shut up, Zapstar!
Die, fucker,
They're
die.
doing so.
Fuck you, Zapstar!
This could get nasty.
That sound pad is killing me.
Here comes more CSA reinforcements. Sussy getting in the mix.
And I think CSA is going to pull this out.
They should.
Shitty boy! I ain't paying it to him!
Drop that flag. Good shot.
Taxation's there!
It's buying a unit or USA unit time to get the point down though. PA out there. But at what cost? USA lost a flag, lost almost 60 guys probably.
Yeah, CSA should turn this and go back to the point. I mean, even if not, it's a whole morale stage difference. Union just hit breaking.
Yep.
So they do decap B. They are raising it. Is there a couple Union guys still alive in this charge that ended a while ago, or the flag? No, they're just still up on my screen for some reason.
Yeah.
CSA out in the field is moving to rocks where this Union line is at. And WAP's gonna charge. Oh, WAP died.
Throw your hard tech at them.
Someone gave just a little laugh when he died.
And 10th US is not going in on that charge.
Why?
Maybe 8th Ohio said we can take care of it on our own, but it's not looking like it.
Turn around.
Keep getting them, boys. They're coming in piecemeal.
Unless Womp killed like 6 people. You got 6 shots, he's gonna kill Zap. Oh! That was brutal.
Wasn't it?
You know? 8th might have it if Womp can kill these last guys.
Oh, gets one.
Oh.
Hey!
And gets 2 too.
Friendly,
Oh, it's
friendly,
beautiful.
friendly.
See, they didn't need the help. They just knew.
So true.
They knew.
They knew better than us.
And 10th US is going in on the artillery. Let's see how it goes. The I-Corps guys don't see it.
Guys, they're coming in from east. They're coming in from the east.
M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E, Mickey Mouse.
Good job. Get him. Clear him out. Good job.
Mickey Mouse.
At this point for CSA, I would not even bother defending the artillery. Who cares?
Absolutely. I 100% agree. You've got A locked down. B you're about to have back. You've got numbers over there. And USA is just so spread out. Losing even one flag on conquest or contention is just, it's such a momentum killer.
Yeah, I mean, well, Union's probably not winning this game. I don't see it.
I really think when they had 10th US going around to take the A point down, basically just keep CSA off, on their toes, moving back and forth, not in such a good position in the forest, out in the field. That was really what was working best for them. But that was also contingent on, funny enough, keeping the CSA artillery silent and having a good spawn point for 10th US to launch their raids out of.
Right. I mean, CSA's played this round pretty dang perfect. More fighting is about to occur in the woods. 12th VA's pushing up. 30th also going down the woods.
You got fighting on the point as well. PA just going in. Running into a bit of a motley crew there. Still can't take it though. Just two CSA just got it on lockdown too much.
How low is the flag on it? I can't see the flag.
It is. That's like 3/4. It might be even higher than 3/4.
Okay, thank you.
Around here, boys.
Yes, I love the invisibly capped point. You got some Union moving across the open field. Is that 8th?
Yep, the 10th U.S.
10th.
wave.
Artillery hits right in there, knocks down all of them, killing none.
Yep, exactly.
That artillery shot got 1 or 2 guys from USA.
U.S. still trying to take CSA Artie. Yeah, 8th Ohio out there. I'm not super thrilled about it.
And I don't know why CSA is putting so many resources at it as well. Especially when you've been doing so well in the round without it.
Hmm. And here goes the B push again. 10th U.S. just gonna bypass it. Looks
Going
like.
to A?
Not sure where they're going.
Oh. Never
Oh,
mind.
now
it
they're
wasn't
stopping?
A.
Okay.
Flag down.
Get some really good shots off, that's for sure.
Yeah. 10th US probably one of the best groups at forming these big open lines in the fields and
Yep.
shooting your opponent down.
We're gonna try to go for the flag again.
Union decapping B. Some charging about to occur in the woods. 12th VA's... Actually, 12th VA... Oh yeah, they're charging.
Yep, they're getting in with JD. 30th Ohio right behind JD. And the charge stops.
Enemy on the line in
I love Orfuea, if that's how you pronounce your game. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but playing the bugles through his mic, that's very funny.
Yes. Not to try and one-up him, but we do have a guy who will play his guitar through his mic. He's actually really good.
I have not heard that yet.
You have to spectate us or what. He doesn't do it all the time because, you know, we like to play and win. But if we're just kind of goofing around a little bit.
We're going to have a 6LA only broadcast. Just follow 6LA. Twelfth VA is really facing down a lot of guys.
You see, this JD and 30th Ohio maneuver, I wish I saw this more, where you have these guys lined up down the zigzag fence right in front of you. Why don't you just do what they're doing? Just spread out to the left and right, and then your shots are just, it's impossible to miss. They're all bunched up next to each other down a straight line.
Right.
We got enough guys here to take that.
Union's about to go to last stand. CSA to breaking. CSA have the whole field. This is not even close.
Here we got some field action. A and V finally coming off the CSA already. You want to fight over the rocks in the middle. 10th US and 8th Ohio out there. It's kind of the usual spot at this point.
Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior?
Kill 'em all, A&V! Kill 'em all!
While the shooting earlier was impeccable, this charge is not going too well for 10th US.
CSA got 2 points.
And here comes Womp and 8th. See if they can do a little bit better.
A&V no.
A and B knows.
Yankee, dead Yankee. A&V
Yankee,
killed
more,
all
more.
four
Shut up.
bitches.
More north, more north. I got it.
We're gonna retreat or what?
And
Oh, did AMV know?
I don't think they know this
I
one.
don't think they know this one.
Eighth,
Yeah.
Eighth's got the flag.
This motherfucker.
Yep. Some dude's gonna come in. He's gonna start
Kill this
stabbing with his
motherfucker.
sword.
Oh yeah, we are.
No, you put away the sword so you could bonk people.
Based. Well, it looks like CSA is about to force the Union down to last stand. Any second that flag ticker will get them.
Yeah, I mean, being down this much. I mean, if it's a little bit closer, if CSA right now is say halfway down breaking, you maybe play for the draw, where you just make sure they can't cap all the points. But the time is ticking.
I didn't even realize there was 3 minutes left in the round.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of crazy. Time's flying.
These things
by.
last a while, yeah.
PA gonna single-handedly take this point against the whole CSA team who's charging at them.
The gamer's going in on the left, and he misses. Point blank.
Union hitting last stand, but I mean, what are your thoughts for the round, Archer? Any thoughts?
I really thought early on they were really trading blows quite well. The tickets were staying pretty even. I would kind of glance up every once in a while, and you kind of saw the same strats by both of them. They keep sending a small group to take down the home cap. They wouldn't cap it themselves. Don't want to commit that many forces, but you just keep them annoyed enough to where they try and overcommit and maybe sacrifice the middle point. But CSA has just managed to win some more charges, get some more favorable engagements, especially in the woods, and it's worked out for them. They haven't lost any of their flags, I think, this whole round. And to me, that's really the key on Conquest and Contention. If you keep your flags up, keep them safe, get them out when it gets dangerous, you're probably going to do okay.
Yeah, 12th VA is definitely MVP for CSA. They held in that woods. They dominated that woods. Anytime Union came up on them, they held them or defeated them. It was very impressive on their part. But really good game from CSA overall. That was really well played in terms of Conquest. But this round...
You'll let me eat my words. There is a CSA flag down right now. Not that it matters right now.
Oh, no. We got to cut that out.
Yeah, there's one in the woods. It's really close to a USA flag though, so really it's
there's no
a
flags
net
down.
gain for
Oh,
CSA.
it got picked up.
Oh, did somebody just pick it up?
Oh, Joseph about to pick up their flag though.
Yep. There we go.
There we go. It never happened.
Safety.
He's got what, a minute to get back?
30. Yeah. Oh,
30.
he's perfectly fine. That's his boys right there.
Wow.
I'll a last ditch going for A. Is this JD? Yeah. JD going for the 8 point. Gonna try and knock that down. I don't even think they can get there by the time the round's over. Actually.
Yeah, no, it takes like
38 seconds away.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then even longer to actually get it down.
If there's like 5 minutes on the clock, I'd be annoyed by that action, but there's only 30 seconds left.
Absolutely.
That's the one part that pisses me off about this game mode. One team hits last stand, you're not going to win, but then they still try to play it competitively in a sense or just survive, and it's like, come on now. Well, yeah, great first round here from CSA. Can they follow it up on the Dunker Church, though, as they go to defend that? It'll be a good watch. I am very excited. With that all being said, we will see you for round number 2. All right, here we are with round number 2. We're about 290 now in balance, 10 in favor of Union. No artillery for CSA, not even taking the officer slot, and the Union has 13. So infantry-wise, all in favor of CSA. So, anyways, Archer, what is the normal CSA strategy for dunkers?
So it's kind of taken a bit of a turn from how it used to be back in the day. Used to, CSA would stay well back in the woods and give USA a lot of ground. What we're seeing now is CSA on their right, so the south flank, they're actually staying pretty far out, very much in artillery range, and just trying to prevent them from getting any ground on the flanks. As soon as you give up the flanks, you're in quite a pickle, because it's tough to dig USA out there. So that's kind of what we're seeing here. There's 2 units on each flank, and you have a reserve kind of here in the center. They'll probably flex to whichever side needs them more.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Union strategy is just to get in that woods, and once you do, it's pretty good. So
They've got an interesting thing here because it's a multi-pronged attack. You've basically got 3. You have the far right for the Union, the center, and the left. And center looks like it's pushing straight forward, what we call the nipple, right? Straight up the middle, that little captive area with the zigzag fences.
I haven't seen Union try to do an all-out field attack before. Lobbing up and charging is my go-to. It's really surprising to see them just go straight for the center, at least one group, and they're getting a lot of ground.
That's 10th US going in early. Well, they're going to get wiped, but it's going to buy some time for that's probably 8th Ohio behind them.
MB and PA.
No, it's PA, excuse me.
Dang, this is fast.
It is. And 30th coming in as well.
Oh God.
And CSA kind of pulling back into the woods using the caissons as
Yep.
cover. Union's going to get a firm hold here.
And I'll tell you what it is. So what CSA could do right now, which would be very good. Actually, if you look on the southern flank, they just completely gave up the woods on that side. 8th Ohio is just going to roll right in unopposed.
No. Oh,
So
no.
that's not good. But
Oh.
I promise you, what's going through their minds in the center there is they don't want to try and get around, we'll say, stay around the Union right, so they're facing kind of towards the church. CSA have a lot of room to just completely encircle these guys here, trapped. And they generally don't want to do that because they're afraid of artillery. And, like, yeah, artillery will hit you every once in a while, hit you hard. But for the most part, those positions in the forest, firing at the nipple, doesn't always go that well, if you ask me.
A&V looks like tried to push forward and do that encircling, but Iron Brigade plugged that gap, and A&V is now moving towards the center church area. Holy crap, the
Yeah,
CSA defense just fell apart.
Yeah, this is kind of your worst case scenario. Your flanks are completely gone. Well, I say completely. There's still straggling guys from, it's just 12th VA on the north flank. But if they fall, then the north flank's gone, your south flank's already gone, and everybody's just all huddled up in the center, and nobody's on point either.
Flag down. Flag down.
8th Ohio starting to move on the extreme Union left, going into the wood line. Looks like they're starting to form up there. They do have a flag, and I can actually see the flag in its beauty this time. Praise be.
The Star Boys.
Now, if I-Corps catches them right here, they've got them completely trapped. So we'll see if they can find it in time. They're going right past each other.
Oh, 8th is going to turn into them, though.
I don't think they realize how much they're fighting, though. Like, if I-Corps turns around right now,
Right here.
Union boys are right here, boys.
they're not going to, though.
Kills that.
Caught them unawares.
Zapstar and alarm for the CSA there. Looks like you have charging it kind of to the right of this Union left as well. 10th US being charged out by some 5th NC guys, but 10th US holds. And CSA won on the
I-Corps
left.
held as well. Yep.
So CSA surviving on the flank. But, I mean, we're a couple minutes into this match and both sides are down half a morale stage. Union actually capping point right now. 5th VA,
Yeah.
6th LA, BA, MB.
I think they are going to cap here. You know, usually you might see them do this, try and draw them out. I think they are going to cap. That defilade there on the Union side of point, down that east side, that's a really good spot. And obviously CSA has no artillery. They can't dump canister into you. and you can see them try and get around your flanks very easily. So it's a really good spot to defend, and it's really tough for CSA to dig them out unless they try and get around them.
So, what would you try to do if you were CSA here? Obviously, they don't have a Steam chat, so trying to coordinate anything's going to be a pain.
Exactly. So that's probably the biggest issue. What I would probably do, the weakest side right now for Union is that south side. They have like nothing out there. And what's funny, like yeah, you get in the open field, but you have defilade from the Union Army to the east. You have beautiful shots across the open field towards the point. And the USA, if they want to keep the point, they got to stay there. Either that or they push forward into the forest to the west and give up their good position. So I might try and get something organized. Like actually, that's what they're doing right now. I-Corps is trying to go out to the open field. But I might send at least 2 flags out there, try and relieve the pressure on the center. These guys in the forest, if you can time it up right, have a push from the south side and from the west, hit the Union center on point, and just take the point back. See if you can wipe out a flag or 2 in the process.
That's a heck of an undertaking, though.
Oh, absolutely, especially when you don't have the Steam chat. So really the only way I would see it is you find a CEO that's going to work with you. You find one of your guys, embed him in that unit, tell him like, hey, I'm going to tell you exactly when I'm going to do things through this guy. And that's kind of the best you got to work with in this case.
I mean,
I
Union...
feel like this I-Corps flank, they're not willing to go further in the field. It just that even though it's probably the better position, like you look at the open field, it's like, oh, it's way open. Like yeah, but you have a lot of room to spread out.
Right.
These guys they're bunched up too much on the fences.
Your flag will get those guys back in right away.
Exactly.
I wonder, though, Union is very spread out, even though their positions are very good. I wonder if CSA could blob up and slam into one of the flanks and just kind of go that way. But obviously, I think Union would be able to notice that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if all the CSA in the center move, I reckon Union's going to be like, oh, all the shots disappeared. I wonder where they went.
Yep. I actually think the center might break if this group in the forest pushes out.
They are.
And that's Sussy in there, yeah.
They're killing a
Sussy
lot.
has a big force. They are. They're doing well.
Pulling back to a defilade there. 30th is.
I will say that might be a little worrying if I'm Union. You are down on tickets, so that means you're losing the battle as far as the shooting's concerned. And you haven't even gotten in any charges yet.
I think, though, as an attacker, you do have some leeway in terms of how much tickets you're ahead or behind. So I think Union's still fine, but
oh yeah,
I do agree. If this is prolonged, then it kind of gets to like a half morale stage. It's kind of like, okay.
Yeah, but now you're looking. If you look at the USA left, 8th Ohio is now going to put shots in I-Corps, make them rethink their flank.
And they are kind of pulling back.
Mm-hmm. Corn Brigade, another one of those purveyors of the long skirmish lines, because it just works. You know, if you want to put a lot of fire down, take very few casualties, it's just what you do, especially in the open.
The best part, it's all in formation.
Yep. Yeah, most of it. I mean, the guys on the ends of the line might be skirmishing, but, you know, a skirmishing death or 2. And besides, most people don't aim at the ends of the line. Those are harder shots. You aim towards the center.
Only been saying that for how many years, and it's hard to, in practice, to consistently make that happen.
I'll tell you what's kind of befuddling me right now. On the north side, we've kind of been ignoring this east, or the Union right. JE and 12th VA have just been shooting each other over and over and over again for literally the past like 8 minutes. Like neither, I've been checking over here. Nobody has moved forward, backward, left, right. They've just been these exact same spots. You can see the bodies piling up on both sides.
You jinxed it.
They're just all behind this rock or all behind this fence for Union.
12th VA is moving.
Here's the center push. Here it comes. Here's Sussy.
Holy crap.
And that's actually really well timed because 8th Ohio, they could have come in to help, but they're actually about to get bogged down with 1st Corps.
And CSA winning on the nipple spot in the center. Union still holding.
And now you see 12th VA, they're moving up and giving JD something to think about. It's like, hey, if you go help in the center, we're going to shoot you in your side. So it's actually very well, like, it's probably not completely coordinated, but it's all working out exactly as you would want it to.
Right.
Now Sussy's going to try and push him off the point
Right,
itself.
goddamn cunts! Right
Not all of them committing to it. A bunch of guys standing on the artillery for some reason. I guess that's some A and B guys as well.
It need all of
But it
them.
looks like they won't need them.
Yeah. So they retake it. Tickets in favor of Union, maybe by a little. Actually, it's pretty
Yeah.
dang even.
Yeah, I mean, CSA will get a little bit of tickets back. Ideally, if you're taking this back, you prefer as the retake to have more tickets, because then the attackers turn defenders don't get anything. Like they're down already.
Right.
But still, I mean, the flag going down that's pretty nice.
In the center there too.
Exactly. Looks like that's the PA-MB IB flag. So a lot of different units.
Union is
Here's
moving
the
in
10th
north.
U.S. raiding party.
Yeah.
They really like doing this, and it worked really well last match.
Why
I
aren't they
thought,
doing
but-
this with 8th Ohio? Why is 8th Ohio falling back and then going in? This is gonna put CSA ahead on tickets.
Yeah, I'd say maybe they're trying to buy time, but that's gonna hurt them.
I get the action if Union's up by a lot of tickets and you want to lose a bunch so that CSA can't regain as many, but
Yes.
it's not the case.
Yeah, no. If it was flipped, like if this is the defenders turned attackers, absolutely, I get something like that. You throw away some tickets, being that you're down anyway. It's like, it doesn't really matter. But coming the other way, now CSA is going to retake, and they're going to be up on tickets.
But
Not by a lot, but every little bit helps, man.
yep, especially when you get down the final
stage
push last
here, eighth
stand.
of a stage there. Yep, exactly.
But I mean, in terms of the attacker's point of view, great cap. Sides are still even on tickets. It's 37 minutes on the black timer, and both sides are at a high engage. Very good. You're going to have plenty of time to kind of do what you want to do. And CSA appears to be returning to their original positions as Union kind of sitting back, shooting, reforming, and then maybe spearheading the center once again.
Yeah, 30th looking to get in there again. They're about to recover their flag, so CSA didn't try and keep that away from them. Don't know if that'll come back to bite them. Probably will.
Oh.
But
That guy got shot.
I-Corps pushing out to the fence on the CSA right, which is, like I said, I think that's a good idea for them. But then you have, on the north, 12th VA kind of back in the woods. Sussy is still reforming really deep. I would say deep, at least. It's right behind the church.
Right.
In the corral, back to the corral.
I-Corps falling back. Wonder if looking over at the north side where JD's at, I really wonder if CSA could turn their direction and charge them out.
Maybe
it's
they
very
could,
risky.
but yeah, I think so. 12th VA, I think they have the numbers on them, but to me, as long as they're not threatening, and JD right now, I really don't think they're in that great a position to do much. I think they're content to just shoot them out.
Right.
They're about to get, 12th VA is going to go that same rock they were just at before.
I got empty fence post to my left over here.
I will say, the one thing I hate about spectating so much is these JD guys got a great opportunity to get a lot of XP this round. Something I dearly miss. Slash have never had.
What level are you right now?
35, about to hit 36.
Oh, no. So you don't have Lieutenant Colonel unlocked? You don't get
No.
those sweet Lamats
When we
playing CSA?
when we made the tutorial video, I had to get video from someone else for the Lamat stuff. It was actually kind of funny too because towards the end of making the tutorial video, I needed footage of someone getting XP at the end of the round, and I had to get somebody else's footage for that. So I'm like, I gotta, because I was trying to finish that tutorial video before I went on the IVB group trip, which posted a video
Right.
on that, but I was just like, I need someone else's video. So, is that 10th US going up on Union left?
Yep, it sure is.
Wow.
The usual suspects. And they're giving them the ground, too.
I am gay.
And coming right up the middle again to their right. Is that 30? No, it's PA. That's your smorgasbord unit. PA, IB, MB. That's their flag. I can't think of any other way to describe it.
Huncho dies.
It was!
He got
He's dead!
wrecked.
Laugh at him!
I'm
He
DMing.
did call it correctly. That was
He's
Ninja
dead.
that he
You can
shot,
laugh at
though.
him.
I didn't get.
Felt it in his bones.
Wait and laugh.
So normally so it's funny, because I normally get Ninja dying a lot, but as of late I've been starting to get Huncho dying a lot more instead of Ninja, and so I miss Ninja dying. But looks like Union as a whole team is pushed up.
Yep. So what I'm looking at right now is a misallocation. If you look at A and V and 12v8, they're engaging JD, right? So they have way more numbers than JD right now. They're going to take really good tickets, but their whole south side is about to fold.
Yeah, 10th US spearheading down the wood line. You got PA going in there. Ninja getting many kills. Oh, only one. 8th Ohio, or at least some Union are charging on the left, but they're dying. 10th US turning to the church side. Kind of assist
They're inside! They're inside!
the Union here. Union winning the church and that nipple. Sussy's charging out at them.
Get in that church.
Be a lot of fighting in the church. That always just gets messy.
File in, boys. File in. Single file. Single file. Those guys on the left.
And it's these strung out charges that always hurt the defenders, because those guys that are at the back, they might get caught out of line. The guys at the front get caught out of line, and now all of a sudden what looked like a pretty good charge for Sussy has now left the CSA with less tickets. So USA already they've worked the ticket game back in their favor.
Some 10th US guys charged all the way over to where A and V was, and the A and V flag is that A and V flag? Yeah, it is. Okay, they picked it back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the flag respawns too. They stretch out these charges so much longer than they used to be, and that's why they added the change where each death is worth 20% less tickets. Is because the matches were ending in 30 minutes, which I don't really complain about, but they drew them back out to 45 minutes. So I think there was a Boulevard Heights readout match I saw where CSA charged where they normally do at the center of the Union. It didn't work, but I think it was A&V who went around to the bottom side and took their flag down there, and maybe a couple more, and everyone started respawning on the bottom of the hill. And that charge that should have ended in like 3 minutes ended up taking like 5 or 6 minutes, and CSA took the bottom of the berm. They just kept getting guys in.
Yep. And even if it's guys that aren't loaded or don't have their bayonets, there's still bodies that have to be killed.
Yep.
So, and in the charges where everybody's already shot, you know, it's just the bodies alone can give you the advantage. Or at least, maybe not the advantage, just make it last longer, and it's a ticket drain.
That was me, Oni.
As any attacker would want.
Who's got the MG42?
Excuse me? Elon Musk.
Does anybody have a soundboard of engineer putting up a sentry?
Oh, okay. He was asking for a machine gun.
Machine gun. A single, if you had one MG42 at the Battle of Antietam. See those stupid copy posters or whatever all the time.
Will War of Rights get more players if they add a machine gun? Let's find out. Union taking losses. 30 minutes left on that clock. Union has kind of gone where they want. Granted, they haven't really pushed too deep in, but
really interested. Like, obviously perspective, but I don't think Union realizes how easy it'd be to take the north side of the field right now. Yeah, 12 VAs there, but you can get behind that hill on that north side, build up your whole team there, and just start moving through the woods. I don't know. I think that would be my next play right here. The tickets are about even. CSA still down, but as Union, you may be looking to have something go a little bit faster here. Time is not really of the essence, but I don't know. I like things to move a little bit quicker.
Yep. Yep.
If nothing else, to keep my guys more entertained.
Watching a bunch of guys shoot guns and volleys is great and all, but anyways. But I mean, it would really kind of be hard. Union spread themselves out very far. So, I don't know if they're going to even try to go in the woods. What they're doing is working right now.
There they are on the middle left.
PA going in.
Ninja, yep. Ninja and PA. Let's see if 10th US goes with them. They're kind of staged for it as well. 5th VA is going.
Rip Park and Ninja missed. There he goes. Yeah, here comes the good old 5th VA.
Here they come, yep. And 10th US right behind them. This is going to be a little raiding party. They're probably going to go for that south side, try and catch I-Corps unaware.
Hopefully Union doesn't cap. It's interesting, the top and bottom, when the team hits a new morale stage, that bar moves real slow.
Yes, I've noticed that as well. It's like it extends a little bit past the little scroll there.
Right.
Here's that south side charge.
I think
And
it's...
8th Ohio is going to come into...
It's going to work.
Yep, I think as well.
Stab and go. Remember, let the man behind you get the second stab.
Sorry, stab and
Keep
go,
moving,
stab
keep
and
moving.
go.
Into him, boys. Into him.
Yeah, there's 8th Ohio, and they're going to sweep that up pretty quickly.
Check your target.
That's a
Bring it
perfect
on.
example of just reacting to what you see. Because you don't always have to be told, like, hey, we're attacking over here, like 40 yards to your right. Okay, we'll come in with you. You just see it, and you say, that's a good idea. Let's get in that. And I do this all the time because juggling comms, especially if you have the Steam comms too, you could be being told something in the Steam comms, but then you have like 4 other voices in your head, not to mention the ones that have been there since before the battle, and you just go, let's just go together and see what happens.
Yep. Even if it isn't a great idea, well, unless it's really, really, really bad, it's probably better to go in with your teammates because blobs are always better than people doing their own little thing.
Yeah, I'm not saying to follow every idiot out there. Like, if you
Right.
see one dude charging across a bridge or river crossing, you don't follow him. But
Right. I think in War of Rights, it's much better to have a really bad plan that everyone's doing versus a good plan that you're doing on your own with your own
yeah,
company.
exactly.
Which is unfortunate, but when you have such a team-based game as War of Rights, it'll happen.
All right, now here's the great folly of the CSA is you've lost your right. So now what do? Do you try and take it back? Because if you do, you're gonna lose tickets. That's gonna break you. But if you don't, you go to the north and you just sit up there while you guys lose the ticket battle in the south, where they keep coming up. These raiding parties would roll up and kill 8, 9 guys at a time, 4 or 5 out of lines. I mean, it's a slow death.
Yep, you can't lose. You can't let the Union breach any point of your line. If you do, it's kind of like you're not gonna win that. I mean, really, the only way CSA is going to be doing something is by camping in their main spawn. It's too far back for Union to really do any damage, and it's also out of bounds. 10th US charging point.
Church, here comes 10th US.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're west.
Behind us.
But it's going to be very hard to communicate a turtle, especially when you don't have a Steam chat. And I really haven't seen Steam chat, or sorry, I haven't seen a turtle in a long time. I remember there was like a month or so during BLN Wednesdays a long time back where turtling was the meta, and then the devs changed how it worked. CSC's trying to retake their right. And they'll hit breaking.
Yep, absolutely. It's going to break them.
Union's
And
capping.
as far as point, yep. Union has way more guys on point. They're attacking the guys that are on point. A and B, they're going to clear out A and B. And then Bob's your uncle. This match is going to be over in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Here comes 12th VA, finally coming out of their corner.
JD's rushing down as well. Don't think it's going to be enough, though. But is it over? I think so.
I think it is. I mean, CSA is trying to collapse onto it. They're just too far away. They have to bypass all these Union guys and then get on point. It's just too far away for all of them, I think.
You got any more thoughts for this round?
It, started off pretty good, I would say. Once the flanks folded, make sure it ends. Yeah, there we go. You never know. Once the flanks folded on both sides for CSA, it was kind of curtains. It was a really good retake, I thought. I thought they played that very well, getting around the flanks, using their shots to their advantage. And at that point, it just, they charged when they didn't need to. They didn't charge when they may have had the advantage. It's, like I said, it's a slow death on dunkers for CSA when you get pushed back in that forest. But overall, I don't think they played poorly. It's a tough match to win, the CSA.
Yeah, very much so. Good fight from Union. With that all being said, I really appreciate you coming on, Archer. I'm glad you came. And to everyone else watching, I appreciate you all watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, check out our Patreon in the description and get live streams of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we do with no commentary and you that. But besides that, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful rest of your night. See you in the next one.